Party all night is the best of the best, best friend weekend. We can party all night is the best of the best, best friend weekend. We can party all night. Shout out the whole podcast crew. Everybody already know what it do. When you really gotta kill it, ain't nobody gonna feel it. When you really gotta tell them it's my crew. It's best friend weekend. We can party all night. We got Ross moving, Lowe's, Rumble, Aldo, Nice is the uncle.
I really ain't got no gas today, Really ain't got much to talk about. Really not even in the mood, but I got a little quick observation. And with this just brings me to my next point. It's so crazy how, when it's time for some bullshit, us as a people, not all, but, generally speaking, we all for that, or when it's a beef amongst our own, it's all good, We could have, goddamn strong feelings towards one another, hold grudges, not be the most helpful for one another and lend a hand as we really could, all this type of slick competition, slick dissing, all this type of stuff. But when it's really time to ride, and when it's really time to be, G'd up, when it's really time just to take it up a notch and really rock out, it's so crazy how it's such a different song. And I just think we should and we need to do better as a people, and it much don't even make sense to much beef if when it's time to really rock out, boys are church mouses.
I say, whoa, welcome to the Best Friend Weekend Podcast. It's your man Aldo Nice.
It's your boy Raj Smooth.
Why, it's your boy Los, aka C.A.P.
So what y'all don't even know is that Los just dropped this call 3 times in a row, man. What
3 times in a row.
That man got black.
It wasn't 3 times. It was not 3 times. It was 2.5 times.
Hey, it was the hurricane, bro. It was the hurricane.
How many hurricanes they got? I think 2.5. But anyway,
yes, right.
Hurricane Chris did that.
There they go. So one time for Hurricane Chris, and man, one time for Rumble. You always speaking truth, and that man always talking about the real. And I know he always want to, and I know Rumble. I know Rumble well. He want to talk about the stuff that we're going to talk about in the podcast, but he dancing around it. So, Rumble, definitely, we're going to give you what you want. We're going to get the people what they want. And we're going to talk about all them real issues. But, yeah, absolutely. I think it's a real thing. A lot of times people would rather hate on each other, especially us as a people, than go after the ones who really oppressing and holding us down or hating on us in the big picture. So,
I think my problem is when sometimes we out there doing the dumb, we going dumb. I think it's 2 things. I guess I expound on those later on in the podcast. But one thing is I don't know why we still fighting each other. We looting and rioting, and somehow find a way to shoot at each other or get into it with each other some kind of way. When we're supposed to be here for one common cause. Come on now. Anyway,
man, I was watching the basketball game. I don't. So to answer the question, Los, that's what I was about to expound upon. I don't think the gangsters out there, to be honest with you, whenever, out here in Denver, it was breaking news, stop the basketball game, hold the phone. Them boys out here. And honestly, I just saw a whole bunch of non-black people out there,
really
doing their thing,
Yeah.
So, to be, when you ask where the gangsters at, I know what you mean. And I don't think they out there because I don't think they want, that's not how we do things. They
on social media saying what good it's gonna do. That's what the gangsters is doing. They're talking crazy, man. And I mean, for everybody out here, this is gonna be one of them podcasts. So buckle up. But let's start and we're gonna give you what you came here to get, man. The levity, man. The funny stuff. Best friend, we can take your mind away from it for a little bit. Then we're gonna give you the real. But the first thing I want to talk about, I want to expound upon a dog that's an X-pound dog. It used to be in a pound, but now it's an X-pound dog. And that's Roger's new dog. One time for Roger's on National Dog Day. No less. We are recording on National Dog Day. Raj, let's hear about this dog.
Well, first of all, when I got him, I didn't know how much he weighed, so I had to put X pound on the paperwork.
Hey, but Raj, you remember when I used to rap? And you used to always be like, man, I'm about to give X pound.
Hey, it's enough black on black crime going over. I thought we talked about it before the show.
Okay.
Nah, man, it's been fun. You know, I think in some form or fashion, I feel like it's like halfway to having a kid because like it's sleepless nights. I take the dog out to get, to go potty. People laugh at me. People laugh at you. Dog owners laugh at you when you don't say go potty. Like I said something like my dog didn't make a bowel movement, and they was like, "What, a bowel movement? You mean potty?" So that's funny to me. But no, it's been cool, man. And I think Los asked me, did we get him trained already, or did we, is he, do we have to raise him? We doing it on our own.
Okay.
So we're figuring it out, man. Trying to do what I know. Motherly instincts. Let's call it
kicking
that.
in, huh? What's the new dog name, man?
Griffey.
Ken Griffey, Jr. or Senior?
Both of them.
that wasn't how that was supposed to be. I thought you said Griffin, like David Griffin, because he fired Alvin Gentry, so you named your dog after him.
That would have been cool. That'd have been cool. Look, the Griff part is the most important. So
Griff,
we call him Griffey, Griffin, Gryffindor, Griff Tater, Griftifer. A bunch of different things. As long as I think he once I get to the E part, he know his name already.
So what kind of dog is that again?
Yeah, it's a golden doodle.
Okay, that's one of them president dogs.
I guess
president usually got like a lab or something like that. Something.
I be having them little furry ass dogs like what you got.
Oh, I like my furry ass dog.
Ain't never
not too much on Griff. Okay. He just came in here and now you already hating on him. Black on dog crime, right? I mean, Los.
My dog Black too. It's a brown dog. Dog
Black on black crime happen this podcast every Friday. So
yeah, I don't digress, man. So I mean, if my dog went potty in my house, that would burn my booty. Let me tell you some things that burn my booty this week, man. I got a lot, man. The first thing that burns my booty this week is having to put real emotions on Facebook likes. Like if somebody posts, my grandmother died, and then I hit like, and I'm like, damn, what one am I supposed to put? Like, which one am I always feel bad, like I'm not showing the right emotion, especially when people put like real things, man. I don't know.
Well,
do y'all feel a way if somebody just put like?
I don't like it. I'll come.
I mean, at one point in time, I liked it. I was, but I mean, I just felt like it was universal. I never thought that person was gonna be like, damn, so all these people liked that my grandmother died. Like, I never thought that's how they was gonna feel. So now they got the care and they got the ha. Now if somebody put ha, that's when you got choices.
Then we gotta fight.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. So now that I'm thinking about it, like was probably enough.
Yeah. Maybe so. Because that's the only reason they would put that on there, huh? Is to get a like.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to get 50 hugs. And I mean, I think that you can give somebody a pass for a like. Because a like just means they just hit click. They just clicked it, right?
I acknowledge the post.
Right? But if you go out of your way to laugh, like you just said, Raj, or something like... like, whenever racists put stuff under messages, I'll, like, put the laugh on them. Like, boy, you wildin'. Yeah. That's how you feel? You really feel that way under the, those kind of
But
things.
see, they take it as you agree with them, though.
Maybe. I don't know. Possibly. It depends on if they had some vitriol or if they had some humor in what they was putting, I guess. More than anything.
But I mean, I think that's what Los just said is the confusion in it all, because back in the day it was either I'm gonna like it or I'm not gonna like it, and if I dislike it, you'll never know because I'm not gonna click the like button. I'm not gonna patronizingly click the like button. Yeah. But I might condescendingly press the haha button.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe Facebook did us all a disservice when it comes to positivity in that light.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some other stuff burned my Buddha in the comment section, but I'll come back to that, man. Let me tell you another thing that burned my Buddha this week. Why every time women have like a bachelorette party or like a divorce party, because they have those, why is it penises everywhere in the like all over decorated? Cause that burns my Buddha.
Because they be lying like that those are lad. They stuck with one penis to suck for the rest of their life. So they just try to suck as many penises as they can by the end of the night, and they just be like, okay, that's it.
Chocolate penis sandwiches. You know what I mean?
Penis straws, penis cake.
I think they clowning us. To be honest, that's what I think. I think they clowning us because I think women in generally think that penises are ugly, so they just clowning us.
Never heard anyone tell me that in my life.
Yeah, you must not be circumcised.
No. Oh, no. I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking about in general.
Raj, I could have swore your mama loved you more than that.
Swing and a miss. King Griffey.
Griffey.
But nah, I'm just letting you know. I don't know if y'all never heard that before?
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard that part before. The rationale I've heard is that penises are easy to like put all over the place. It's easy to draw one. It's easier to have a blow up penis. It's like, and then I had to explain during Best Friend Weekend how we have like vagina tacos and vagina like sandwiches and everything else, and vagina balloons
cups
and vagina cups.
Yeah, you just play with you play with the clitoris, and then the Hennessy is shooting your mouth. No,
we be having clit meatballs and stuff.
Yeah,
all you got to do is just throw a T-shirt on the ground and then just put a hole in it. You know, that's pretty much the brunt of it. So they're pretty easy to draw as well.
Or sometimes we just get
it's
roast
never
beef.
gonna land the same way, you know.
Right. Sometimes we get roast beef out the refrigerator. Just put it on the table.
What's that? The little plank steak, the little flat steak, fajita meat, and throw it on the ground.
Throw two of them close to each other, and you're good.
Yeah, that's a threesome.
If you don't feel like cooking or preparing it, you just go to Arby's.
we got the meats. Y'all stupid, man. Look, let me tell you another thing that burns my booty. People who don't want to get pictures taken of them on their phone.
You already said that.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, I'm circling back because I saw it again. I saw it again this week. Like, it still burns my booty. Thank you, Los, for pulling me back on that. It super burns my booty. You're not recording, are you? What you mean? What you think I'm gonna do with it? It wasn't even the same person this time. It was a different person. It burns my booty.
Oh, okay.
Well, thank you for telling me that, man. So now that's one lesson that we got to expound upon. Another thing that burns my booty this week is when people ask for, or a restaurant asks for your CVV number on the back of your credit card. I feel like you're doing too much.
Nah, you about to get me. You a scammer.
That's how I feel.
You're a scammer. What you need to just slide my shit through, man.
When does a restaurant ever ask you for your CVV?
I never.
This week, I was like, they was like, you got to pay on the phone before you come. I was like, okay. I gave them my card information, and they was like, and what's your CVV? I was like, ooh.
Wait a minute. You can't just use my zip code?
I'm like, what y'all running? What kind of shit y'all running over here that y'all need my little extra security number on the back? I don't know what that number for, but it just feel like super extra security.
Hey, just check for extra what you call it orders now.
Yeah, extra little wing daddies and shit. Like, no, it was a little wing shack in the Houston area that pulled that number on me this week.
That's something. I think it's just whoever their merchant is, as far as how they run their credit cards. Because I'm super impressed. I used to eat at McDonald's every single morning, and McDonald's has so many people in it, and all you have to do is just swipe your card, and like within a millisecond, it was like approved.
Yeah.
It didn't ask for your debit or credit, or do you want cash back, or none of that. It was just whoop, like quick.
And you gotta realize too, McDonald's can afford to scam. Like if somebody scam, I don't know how they do. They give money, but I don't know how they works. But those smaller restaurants be like, well, you got. $300 worth of false purchase that they don't want that problem because half of them, especially that wing shack.
I think they're using just cheap, not not great security, probably not super regulated means to grab your credit card information. So the system that needs that extra layer of security in the CVV number. Because McDonald's probably much of the same with Walmart. Just when you swipe, it's enough. Your card ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, we got you. Just somebody hacking the system.
No, y'all making a lot of sense. I mean, I feel like they don't want to get stuck with like, But it'd be small things like why you don't want to get stuck with an order of wings for $14.99, cutting. But I get it. Yeah. But it's kind of like trivial. Like if my order was 100, then maybe I could see that. But man, it's neither here nor there.
$14.99 7 times adds up.
You're not wrong when you're right, Los. You're not wrong when you're right. Man, let's get a little bit more real. Let me tell you another thing that burned my Buddha this week, man. When people say that ESPN ain't fair in their comment section, and more specifically, I saw it this week because it was like it was. I haven't been watching Hard Knocks, but I saw they had a clip with Tyrod Taylor, and they was like asking, he's like, "Oh man, the cameras on, man, get them cameras off me." He said, "Oh well, while them cameras on me, while I'm hot, won't y'all arrest them cops who killed Breonna Taylor?" Yeah. And then like all of the comments under it on the SportsCenter Facebook were like, you know, man, ESPN's political, ESPN's political, ESPN's political. And I'm just like, I mean, I guess they are, but they be both sides in it like a mug because, you know, my thing, that every white athlete who do anything, they can be that dude. Like Christian McCaffrey's nice. He's not the nicest running back in the NFL. I'm sorry. Me and CNH... Right? Me and CNH was having this whole talk the other day, and he was laughing, talking about, no, we're on the same page. Saquon Barkley is better than Christian McCaffrey. Let's not even start that. Right? And Luka Doncic is dope. He's not the best player in the NBA. And they be putting stuff like that man, like LeBron level. That man good. That man is good.
He not
that step back step back was filthy.
Oh, he was nasty.
But it was all up and down the stuff. And I'm like, come on, man. It's like ESPN be both sides. And I know that's not necessarily political. I know I kind of went over the side. But it's like, y'all love that comment. But the same people who love that comment, like...
That's day one. They got to have day one of everything, man. Listen, black folk been dominating a lot of stuff for years. Them people get day one, they going to stand tall on it. Let them people stand tall on it. That's fine. We know. They know, too. But if they want to have day one and celebrate it, they celebrate black folk all day long. And then they got to have day one.
I'll be going for the players for the USA, me.
Hey, it's the America for me. It's the USA for me.
America first, man. Make America great. That's what I go for, man. Paul George from America, man.
He been playing like
shit.
Hey,
let me. I just want to throw this out there real quick, not to make this too much about sports. When you say like something like Peyton Hillis, I think Peyton Hillis was a pipe dream. Christian McCaffrey is not a pipe dream to me. I think Christian McCaffrey is.
I didn't say he was
the best. So
that's
all I wanted to throw that out there. And Luka Doncic is real too. So. At least if
did I not say that
he could put up 1,000 shots a game too? Though.
Did I not say that they were both real, Raj?
Yeah.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying. I just wanted to say that too. Then if we agreeing with each other, then we agree.
No, we agree. But I think that there's a conversation to be had about this aspect that I know you know is true. That if Christian McCaffrey catch 10 balls for 121 yards in a game and break a long run and run for 75 yards. And end up with 3 touchdowns, and Kamara do like damn near the same numbers, they're going to have buku highlights and buku coverage of Christian McCaffrey's day and not Alvin Kamara.
Are we talking about sports after the game? Which sports?
You don't have to agree, but it's facts. Like on like the SportsCenter wall, like I'm talking about what comes on like Christian McCaffrey is going to lead SportsCenter. And it's going to be like the thing that comes on your wall on Facebook. I'm telling you, I've seen it too many times. Like, just to put it in a this week parallel, Raj. And I mean, you could, like I said, we can agree to disagree.
Want to hear what you got to say.
This week parallel, Luka Doncic had a 43-point triple-double and hit a game winner to win that thing, and that thing was nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, Spider scored 50 twice this week, and that man was like the third story, and I didn't see any pop-ups about that. Like, I didn't on my timeline. It didn't pop up like Donovan Mitchell scores 50 again. Like, it didn't even pop up.
They lost them. Did they lose both of them?
No, they won both of them games.
Oh. I thought they lost one of them 50 points he dropped.
Didn't he score 60 or was that in the bubble?
Somebody scored.
No, Donovan Mitchell scored 61.
Was it 60? What? That's what. No, he lost the first one, Lo. She was right. They did lose the first one.
He lost
the second one he won, and I was like, damn, y'all not even going to say that man scored 50? It was the same night that Luka hit the step back.
You know what's funny, Al? I didn't even see no highlights of that.
That's my point. And what you call it at 52? Jamal Murray. Both of them had 50 the same game.
Oh yeah, I remember
You know
that.
what's also kind of crazy about what you're saying is, and I'm not necessarily agreeing with you, but I'm just adding to your argument. Is that game, the Mavericks Clippers, is on prime time. Man, the Nuggets be playing at like 11:30 in the morning.
Man, listen.
Same thing for
breakfast.
Giannis now.
But I thought about it. It was
the
Boston and Los Angeles, and they wanted to play those in the prime time. I saw that on Sunday too, because they played it like during the day on ABC, and then the other game, Nuggets games and stuff, was like
Milwaukee played. They playing overseas time in Milwaukee.
No, Milwaukee not
I
playing.
feel you on the Luka Doncic thing. That might be a thing, but I mean, I not Kamara, and Kamara won not MVP. Rookie of the year.
You're right.
Christian McCaffrey. So
you're right.
But they had no choice. There was a landslide.
That year he was way okay. Let's see.
It's a landslide.
I think that there's something to be said for it. What y'all think about the Luka thing with the Montrezl Harrell being like calling that man a bitch ass white boy, and in the comments it was like all like, oh, but if Luka would have said bitch ass nigga, I'm like, wow, are those things the same thing? Bitch ass white boy, bitch ass nigga.
Two completely different things.
I just love what Rappaport. I think that's his name. Was it Rappaport or Michael? Is it Michael Rappaport?
Michael Rappaport. Okay.
When he was like, he was like, let me tell you, he was like, I got called all of those names whenever I was in school, and he was like, you just got to decide, basically, if you want to be actually a bitch ass white boy, or if you want to be the dude that's cool enough to say, Montrezl Harrell with your horse mouth, get the fuck out of here, something like that. And I'm just like, that's some real shit. Like, that's,
you're right.
Real.
You're
like,
right. You're right. Like he could have fired back on but Luka, and y'all gonna agree with this. Luka didn't grow up like JJ Redick grew up. JJ Redick grew up hooping against black dudes his whole life, probably. Yeah. Like Luka grew up probably playing overseas against white boys, and then now he like, oh man, what are you doing? Like, why did he call me a bitch ass white boy? Like,
but no, he's playing against grown men. And, I think it's a little crazy over there where he playing against grown men since he was 13.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think where he from is a little different, too.
They probably was talking about his ethnic group and shit. They probably was going direct.
Yeah, he probably blowing up shit over there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I got a bum for your house tonight. Like, shit like that.
Goddamn, Los. That's how they was coming at him?
Yeah, I got a bum for your house.
No, you are right. Los, you did say something that I think is true. Luka do have the ball a lot.
Nah, he shoot a lot.
Luka, we talking about Luka, but Luka only shot like 32% from three this past season. I don't know if y'all know that. Like, to score as much as he did,
and 1,500 threes too.
Yeah. Now he does have the ball quite often.
Yeah. I mean, he nice, and I mean, I was watching him. I'm like, he nice, but then the next game when they beat them boys by 43 the next night, and it might even be more than 43. It was something stupid. Yeah, boy, like Montrezl Harrell was out there cutting the fool, hitting threes, doing the whole night. Anyway, man, look, we'll come back to basketball, obviously.
He apologized too. Don't forget, Montrezl Harrell apologized to that.
He did, and then one of them twins went step on his feet. So, you know how the game go. Hey, man, let me tell y'all the last thing that burned my boot at this week, and it's I'm an independent when it comes to voting. That burns my boot at, man, because I don't think people are really independent. I get that you could be an independent thinker. I get that you could be like, man, I be listening to the issues. But people been like, I'm an independent, so I don't know who I'm voting for in the presidential election yet. That's bullshit to me, dog. You either know you're rocking with Trump or you know you're not. Cutting, and that's like, I don't understand how there's two sides of this. Like, or there might be I'm not voting at all, which is whatever. But I don't understand how at this point you can still not know. That's the way people get that tough
conversation of who you rocking with. That's how they got that tough conversation. That's basically saying I don't really want to talk about politics. Yeah, I'm independent. I don't count like you.
It's a lot of black
who wear Chucks all the time. Like,
but it's a lot of black people I know. It's a lot of black people I know who talk about police brutality a lot on their pages and whatever, but then also tout that they independents, and I'm just kind of like, how does that? And Los, I'm trying to make it a point like that. Some of them are saying it for the reason you just said, because they want to get out of a tough conversation because they like, I'm really voting for Trump, but I don't want you to know that. But I think other black people be doing it just to be like, I'm better than y'all. I'm not just gonna do what the Democrats say.
That too. Yep. That too.
Like,
yep. I don't identify with Democrats because I make more money. So
like that kind of thing.
I don't want to say I'm a Republican. I'm better than you. Like I'm better. I mean, whatever reason I feel like they.
I'm smarter than you. I'm an independent thinker.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see why.
Sometimes you got to pick a side. We're in a country right now that you goddamn got to pick a side, bro. And that's just really.
Is that your last Buddha? Can I have I gotta what burn my Buddha?
No, run that, dog.
You know what burn my Buddha, man? White cops shooting black unarmed men.
Man, can you let? Damn. Okay, then I guess I gotta move this whole other part to the end of the podcast because let's just go there, man. Listen, police shootings. It's
that shit.
It's so wild right now, dog.
Sick of that shit, Al.
No. It's so wild right now. The part that's so wild about it to me is just, okay, the week started since the last podcast with Trayford Pellerin. And nobody even talking about Trayford Pellerin.
Nope.
And Trayford Pellerin dead. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Hashtag Jacob Blake, I get it.
For sure.
Trayford Pellerin is blowed off the earth. He don't even exist no more. And ain't nobody even talking about that. And I read an article, and I'm about to go there right off the top. I read an article by this terrible human being named Megan Wyatt, a staff writer at the Acadiana Advocate. And the article was called Trayford Pellerin, who died at the hands of Lafayette police, had a lengthy criminal history. And the whole article is talking about he was arrested for drug possession with intent to distribute marijuana and coke, resisting arrest, assault and battery, and possession of a firearm by a felon and damage to property. And the whole article was about all the stuff he did in 2009, 2006, 2014, and then okay, so that's why you could kill him in 2020.
Yeah, Al, if you make any mistakes in your life or have anything that resembles a criminal record, if you take a bad picture when you was rapping in 2001 or in 98 or even in 96 when you was a freshman and you was doing something that white people don't identify with, you are a thug and your ass deserve to die. Mm. That's our reason. That's their reason. Like, okay, hey, look at this picture. Look at it. Look at that. He deserves to die, doesn't he? That's why we killed him. We knew that. We knew all this already. We already knew all that about him, so we just went ahead and got, we don't need him on this earth. That's how they feeling out here, bro. I mean, I don't know what's next. What's next?
Like Raj, I'm gonna come back to you, Raj, and I'm gonna say this. Raj, as the only person on this podcast who has ever lived in Lafayette, because I've never lived in Lafayette. I lived in New Iberia, I lived in New Orleans, I lived in Houston. You know what I mean? I've never lived in Lafayette. What do you think about the whole Trayford Pellerin shot more than 10 times outside of that gas station in Lafayette this week?
I mean, I think personally, what I think cops need to be better at their job. So am I gonna sit here and say, man, it's race, like it is bona fide race? I'm not gonna jump to that. Like I don't start off with that, but I'm just saying to myself, why y'all gotta let that man get to a place where you could shoot him, like, and be justified about it? Like, just I read that they tried to tase him. Like, man, try to tase that man till you run out of tasers. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's y'all
got 11 tasers? Tase him 11 times.
Yeah, like exactly. Like, just keep trying. Like some man, ain't nobody immune to tasers. I don't think, at least. Maybe if you take some sort of drug, I don't know taser. I'm not a taserologist. But all I know is I just feel like in a lot of these situations, like these dudes just don't need to die. Like that's the thing. Like, man, if somebody want to spear him, y'all want to bring on the Goldberg of the police academy and like come and let that man spear him. I don't know. And I'm talking as a civilian. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not talking as a police officer like I know. But I mean, I just feel like human nature, like somebody needs to, if that man got a knife, I feel like what somebody should say is I ain't scared of no knife. I'm gonna get him.
Raj, like you know how they got a bomb tech who come with the whole suit? Come with the knife suit. Can't they just tackle that man?
No, it ain't that. They got a shield. Run that man with that big ass shield.
The big ass shield. I didn't even think about that.
Or use rubber bullets. Anything, dog. Anything.
Yeah, to me, there's a bunch of non-lethal measures that could have been
dogs,
taken over the span of a half a mile.
Shoot that nigga. Yeah, shoot him in the face with a rubber bullet. Black eye. Like, knock his ass out with a rubber bullet. Hit him with the butt of the gun. Like,
pistol whip him for 40 minutes straight. Like whatever you gotta do. Just don't kill him.
Like, and he walking away. I know.
But Los, that's the part of the story that's happening every time. Walking away from y'all is the same thing Damn, my God. I hate
But see,
this.
to me,
You know what just happened? Los, you know what just happened to me in real time? No, I'm throwing it back to you. But you know what just happened to me in real time?
Yeah.
In real time, man, listen. It is George Floyd, and then I just said, and Ahmaud Arbery, and then I'm thinking about Trey Pellerin, and I'm like, that's the same thing that happened to in Atlanta. And I can't even remember the nigga name. Because it happened so too goddamn much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Like your boy took the cop stuff and the taser and was running away, and they shot him in the back. Like it's the same thing. Oh, he had something in his hand, so I'm gonna shoot you in the back. Like, and I feel bad that I can't even remember your boy's name right now. But that's just how often it happened.
It's nuts, dog. And my thing is like that ain't even fear. I feel like that's frustration after a while. Like, you know what? It might be fear and frustration. I'm tired of this. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like dealing with this. I'm finna just shoot him and get this shit over with. That's what it's starting to look like. You know what I mean? 'Cause I you know, we watch videos of them give, you know, other white people, people that's not colored, black people. They get them plenty of chances, bro. Like buku chances. Man, waving a knife at the cops, got his gun now. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. You let him make it. You know what I mean? You don't do nothing to him. You know, you take him down peacefully. You know what I mean? But a black man walking to get in his car, walking to the store, just walking away from you. Yeah, I'm not saying he right. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, but he's not posing a threat at that moment. And then you shoot him 10 times.
Here's what I don't like. I don't like when the man in your reasoning is I can't let that man get into that store because they got people in that store that he could hurt. I just think that a half a mile is enough time to do something better than what y'all did. You know, like I don't know.
Look here in the parking lot, right? Look here in the parking lot. It's time to get him now.
Yeah,
man, something because apparently he was at another gas station.
Yeah,
and he ran over to a different gas station. I see him running to that gas station. Like I see that there's a gas station and there's public.
Yeah, y'all lock y'all door.
I can't tell him to lock the door, but like what I could do is maybe like divert him from running to that. Like just something. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but I just feel like when I'm looking at it just from a like just judgment, like I'm just judging someone. I feel like them boys got to do better than just letting that man get to that door so we could fuck him up.
Yeah, and like I was telling somebody, I think I was talking to Al, I had put on. I was like, man, you know, I don't know where we go from here. I don't know what's the next step. We've tried everything. We asked nicely, you know. We peaceful protests. You know, we done that. We marched. We had speeches. We done had town hall meetings. We done walked hand in hand, right? White, black, Indian, Hispanic, everybody. You know, we done rioted. We done tore shit up, stole shit, burned some shit down. Like, the only other thing I can think of, it might be time to return fire. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, I don't see it stopping. It wasn't even a struggle. Like, I wasn't even struggling to fight about anything. He's just a man walking. I don't know what else. What was our other option? What else can we do? I don't know.
I don't know the answer, man. I don't know the answer. Man. And it's like, okay, so Trey Pellerin happened over the weekend. I mean, you got to talk about it. It's Lafayette, man. We're from Liberia. Sure. Like it's Louisiana. It's right there. It happened It happened 20 miles from where we grew up. And like, and it like Alton Sterling was Baton Rouge. Like it's closer and closer. Victor White was New Iberia. It happens everywhere. Like it happens everywhere to black men everywhere. And
hey, I just feel like
go ahead, Raj.
I just want to throw this out there. Los us and you know, and I don't know what demographic I'm talking about as us, but I might just be talking about me, you and Los. I mean you and Al on this podcast, but maybe I'm just talking about me. But personally, if I get stopped by the cops, I understand the risk involved, and I'm not gonna you know. So when you say we, I don't know what we you're talking about, but me, I'm not gonna shoot back because I feel like I'm at least try my best to not give that cop a reason to shoot me. Like
I'm in agreement to that.
So I just want to just throw that out there. I know that might go without saying, but I just want to make sure that I throw it out there and that I don't I don't necessarily support shooting back at the cops.
So
No, okay. When I say we, I mean black people as a people. Period, bro. I mean, yes.
Well, I mean,
I get stopped. If I get stopped by the police, I'm gonna comply. I'm gonna comply.
No, then that's
You know what I mean.
That's
But at the same
what I
time,
would like
too.
to see.
At the same time, too, people have complied and died.
that's the point. Like when we start talking about Philando Castile and shit like
Yeah,
that.
people have
I
complied
mean,
and died, man.
I know
would
these
just,
are
I would
all
just much
different.
rather continue doing that than shooting back, because shooting back ain't gonna never. It's not gonna. You're gonna get. You're gonna die. Like,
right.
I mean,
so
continue.
I'd rather just
We
But
complied and
history
died
has-
anyway.
What history has showed us is that it's gonna happen anyway. Like I get your point about walking away in the taser or running away or whatever the case is, but it seems like every situation end up with them dying no matter what they doing. If they
Come on now.
walking away, running away, handcuffed on the ground, whatever,
Yeah.
it's still like, you know
In the
what?
back of the paddy wagon.
Your
Come
black
show up
body
dead.
your black body is not valuable. We will kill you.
Come on,
like
man. I'm just saying. I don't know what's next.
Basically, all I'm saying is I just have some part of me that believes that complying increases my risk of living. So that's all I'm saying. And I know that it has happened. I know that there's examples. There's examples of to the contrary. But that's just how I feel. I feel like if I comply, me personally, I comply, I got at least a higher chance of living. If I'm saying anything.
I'm
So,
glad
you know,
you said that. I'm still
no, but Raj, I believe you, and I think you're telling facts. At the same time, I feel like, doesn't it suck to live in a country where certain people don't have to fucking comply and they get away with the shit? And they like, okay, back up, man. Stop running at me with your gun.
Yeah.
I'll shoot you. And a nigga be like, man, let me show you my ID and blam, 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 blam.
Yeah.
It just sucks the double standard there. But I know you are right, Raj. I don't know what Los is necessarily alluding to when you say it's time for us to start shooting back. I don't know what that scenario is where we're going to be. Like, I mean, I know the scenario of if I'm sitting in a car, and I'm just going, this is going to sound crazy, but I know if I'm sitting in a car with Raj and Los and we somewhere, and they tell us to get out the car or whatever, and Los do something like whatever, like mildly aggressive, or not even mildly aggressive, but whatever, that's misconstrued, and the cops open up and kill Los, then maybe that's the situation that he's talking about. Maybe he want me to pick up the gun under the car and shoot them niggas for shooting Los. Maybe that's the scenario.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You don't want me to kill them if they kill you, Los?
Oh, I do.
I want you to kill them if they kill me for no reason.
I definitely do.
I
definitely do want you to bust their head. But
I want you to be Queen and Slim.
Number one, okay. Let me let you know. I'm gonna comply. But what I'm saying is they'll continue. They hunting us down, dog. It's obvious, bro. Like they hunting us. Like our lives do not matter at all. Like it's obvious, bro. So what I'm saying, my thing. I'm just asking, what's next? I don't know what else can we do. We went through all these steps. What else can we do? Is it time? Is it time for that? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm asking a question. Like I don't know. Is it time for us to just be like, you know what? Let's bang it out and see who wins. Like I don't know.
Maybe it's time for our own police force. That's all black people. That's like, you know what? Black people gonna police y'all niggas. Like,
hey, you know, I mean, that's all, you know, great. But I just think we, man, I just think that we keep. So let me tell you what I think. So you know, I think that the public, that there's a certain demographic of the public that looks at like Black Lives Matter as like almost like a terrorist organization. Like just I really think that that's how they look at us, and it's not black people. Like I don't think that black people that's involved with Black Lives Matter is the ones that's really the thing. And I'm going back to what I said earlier. Whenever I saw in Denver burning down trees and beating up cars.
Outside agitators is what they call them.
Yeah.
Outside agitators. I just percentage wise, I don't think, and I'm not even talking about per capita. I'm talking about percentage of the people that's actually out there. I don't think that's black people doing that. You know, like I really don't. And so like, I think the perception that we get, like, because it's almost like met with aggression. Like it's met with like vengeance, you know, like people mad at us back. Like, killing black people. And then Black Lives Matter, so now we mad, and they mad at us for being mad. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I think so. Like, but I don't think that if they really like listen to the people that mattered, you know, like, or the people that mattered was really the ones out in the streets doing the good work to try to bring light to it. then I don't think that they would hate us as much. So all I'm saying is I think us individually as black people, like, I just think we got. I think that we just got to start.
Well, why? But listen,
I don't know.
I applaud you for that aspect of the word. I don't have that same. I don't look.
Well, listen, Raj.
But if we was out doing pulled over, you just said it. You would chill.
Nah.
We're not talking about situations of people getting pulled over, though, Raj. We're talking about people who are kind of already in a scenario where they having confrontations with the police in some kind of way, shape, or form, and the police just go overboard and kill black people. I think that's kind of the bigger idea, not necessarily the once it's escalated to a point that the rules are different. And you're right. Maybe you should be nice. Maybe you should be a good nigga and not let this shit like escalate because that's what ends up happening. But no, I want to go back to the point you just made, Raj, about the people who out there are like not us usually, right?
I agree.
But why aren't they us? Think about what happened in Kenosha in Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. Like Jacob Blake. Okay, we're gonna talk about it. Got shot 7 times in the back in front of his 3 fucking kids who under 8 years old. Got shot in the back. That boy gonna be paralyzed, man. Blasted that boy. But guess what? When they started protesting about it, what happened? White boys going out there with ARs, and then killing people, dog. They didn't kill no black people. They killed other white people. They killed, like you said, it was other white people out there, Raj. But why I want to go out there if it's a bunch of militia people with? Why are they there? Why are they there? Why are they out there with machine guns and whatever after somebody gets killed by the police? It's like, all right, now let's all go over there with our guns to make sure
the police is with them. Like, hey, y'all need water? Y'all good over here? Y'all need water?
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all read. We all read that article. That was sent to the group. But when I was watching the news, I don't ever watch the news. I want to let y'all know that. But it just came on after the basketball game, so I was like caught into the news, breaking news. There were that same kind of style of militia, like the police protectors, or that, I guess that's what they call them to be nice. The anti protesters, I guess is what they call themselves. They was out there in Denver as well. Mm-hmm. So that coalition is getting stronger.
They're in Lafayette.
So
they out there in them streets. I mean, it's like when Sandy Hook happened, right?
AKA the Ku Klux Klan. That's what they are.
Yeah, you're right. Like, when people don't talk about that, and you don't like to think about that because it's one of the craziest events in American history. At Sandy Hook, they went into that elementary school and shot up a bunch of little 6 and 7-year-old kids. It just murdered a bunch of kids. Some of the wildest shit that had ever happened in the world. And then guess what? The next day, these people was out there with guns talking about don't take away our guns. It happened in Houston when they shot Santa Fe High School. Yep. It happened down there in Florida when they shot up Parkland High School. They just they come out there with guns right afterwards, Raj. That's like the MO. Like, we coming out there with them guns.
Right at City Hall with that shit. What y'all gonna do about this?
Like, yeah, so what? Somebody kill somebody. We got them guns out here. Stay in your goddamn house. Don't come out here protesting. I mean, it's crazy, man. Like, I mean, I don't know. The Jacob Blake thing hit home more with most of the people because, like, he didn't have a weapon in his hand. So, this, like, a lot of people saying, they said he might have been going to his car to break up a fight. Somebody said something about a knife. It's a whole bunch of things. But when you go to your car and then the cop just blasts you 7 times in the back, like, Raj, you talking about the comply thing, right? I mean, I don't know what he was doing. You don't know what he was doing. We don't know what he was doing. He might have been like, no, I'm going to go get my ID. I'm going to show you whatever he was doing. I don't know.
He don't deserve to die, though. And we see videos with that countless of times where white people doing the same thing or even worse, and they still living. That little boy went to that church, shot all them people up, bro. They arrested that boy peacefully and took him to get something to eat.
This how I really like how I looked at it. I was thinking to myself, so like they had enough police officers out there. I don't remember exactly how many they had, but they had enough. So let's say if we had enough members of Best Friend Weekend and somebody did something to somebody in Best Friend Weekend where we had to get him. He's a must get. We can't, and he's in worst case scenario, I'm going worst case scenario, he's waving a knife at us. But we still got to get him. Because I think if we don't have to get him, then we walk away. And we say, he's not that big of a deal. We gonna be out. But we got to get him. Then we going to get him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let him pop trunk on us. I'm not going to let him get to the trunk. So why did them police officers let that man get to the trunk? So to say, he got to the front of the car.
Why they let him open the door? You're right.
Why y'all let him open the door? Man, bro, tackle him. Something. I'm not a police officer, nor do I understand the job of a police officer and his policies. But all I know is that situation could have been handled in a way that man didn't have to die.
I saw a whole nother police interaction, Raj, where a dude had a knife and he was waving it with them cops. And one of the cops got in his car and just drove up on that man and then banged him. And like, a good little 8 miles an hour. Just banged him to where that nigga ended up falling.
Real
and then just putting his hands up like, man, stop hitting me with the car. Please stop hitting me with the damn car. Like, what's wrong with you? Like that kind of thing. Kind of like you could do so many things besides shooting somebody a bunch of times, bro.
And it was funny about, well, it wasn't funny, but the thing about what that one was when he started shooting that man, the cop next to him was like, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah, there was only one cop who let loose, huh?
He took off running like, man, what are you doing? I'm going to be nowhere around this.
I'm not involved.
And then, okay, just said you thought he had some or whatever. That's one shot. But 7? Oh, man,
I think the thing that hit home with most people is that he had his kids in the car.
Oh, come on, man.
He had his kids in the car. I don't think no parent want to feel like if Griffey was in the car, Raj, you wouldn't want to go pull them guns on them cops with Griffey in the wheel.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. Yeah, I would. If I had to shoot somebody, I'd rather shoot somebody with Griffey looking.
You stupid! Shut up. Okay, so how does
I feel what you're saying?
So how does the sports world's reaction feel to y'all? So first, the Lions canceled practice the next day. Then the Bucks. I'm not even gonna say the NBA. The Bucks. The Bucks said we're not playing today. And then everybody else was like, nah, we can't play today. We're going to look like some old sellouts. We can't play. So nobody else played. I think LeBron them would have played. I'm just being honest with you.
Definitely playing.
By the time this podcast hits,
we're going. That's one day older.
Yeah. By the time this podcast hits, we're going to find out what happens with the rest of the season and the rest of the games, and we'll know. But as of this moment, this just happened today. The Brewers canceled their game in Milwaukee tonight as well. What do y'all think about that? And I'm going to start with Raj. What do you think about that gesture, that sentiment, that whole idea of, nah, we're not playing, man. It's too much.
So I don't think, first off, let me say, I don't think that they had to do that. I don't think that like it was a must. But, so I like how you transition when you was like the NBA, let me not say the NBA, let me say the Bucks. Because when you're the pioneer of it, then I say, man, you didn't have to do that. But once the Bucks did it the rest of it to me is skewed. Like the rest of it is like, oh, okay, well, if the Bucks not playing, but the Lakers gonna play, the Lakers and the Trailblazers gonna play, then yeah, they really are like that's gonna be a negative perception of you from a bunch of different avenues. So I think they just got a mixture of I'm trying to watch my money because I know people not gonna support me no more if I play, and we trying to do a good thing and not take the light away from what's going on in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Let me interject with just one thing, Raj. I said the Bucks, but this is how I actually feel. I actually feel like the most proactive, introspective players in the league right now, in my mind, is 3 players that just come to mind all the time when you hear about this stuff. Like, you follow sports, you follow basketball, you know. Fred VanVleet, Norman Powell, and what's your boy name for Jaylen Brown?
Yeah.
Those 3, I think, we're gonna cancel that Raptors Celtics game tomorrow.
Oh, they weren't going. They might not play. Like I ain't playing.
And I think that the Bucks was like, man, we can't let them boys cancel a game when this happened.
It's what you call it.
So it's forward thinking.
I think that was
I think it's forward thinking. Yeah, George Hill was part of it too. I forgot to mention it. And George Hill's like an elder statesman. But them young cats on the other team, like they was talking about it. Like that was the first article I heard that the Bucks and the Raptors was talking about we not playing tomorrow. And I think they saw that and was like, all right, we can't let them boys just go first when this happened in our backyard. Yeah. So I kind of think that was a little bit of it. But Raj, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interject with that, but I think that's an extra level.
I pretty much said what I said. That's a good wrap up on it because I didn't even know that part about it. As a matter of fact, didn't even know. I know about Jaylen Brown, but I didn't know them other boys was like
heavy.
Oh yeah, I didn't know they was in it. I didn't know they was with it like that.
Every time you talk to them, they got something to say about it.
They got something. They got something like Mike Wilbon was talking about, like he just be going in the locker room and just listening to them boys talk. He like they younger than me, they're not the same age group, but them boys always be talking about something of meaning. Like you know who's another one? Malcolm Brogdon is another one who's just like that too. Like there's a lot of them. Malcolm Brogdon sound like Barack Obama if y'all ever listen to that.
Malcolm, yeah, he is Barack Obama. I think that is Barack Obama from the past.
Stupid.
Cause just imagine. No, look. Seriously. I'm not joking at all.
There you go.
If you could time travel, go back in time,
you're joking,
and groom your younger self to be an NBA basketball player, and then go be president, you know, because whatever, and then like that's what we watching. I think that man got a 88 DeLorean and went back in time and groomed himself, his younger self, to be in the league.
That's a time paradox, Raj. He can't exist in the same timeline as himself.
But movies, we don't know how real time travel. We don't know if the paradox in the space-time continuum is a real thing. You might just be able to go do what you want to do.
The flux capacitor don't work that way.
Hey, what was that movie Will Smith was in when they could see the
Gemini
Earth from the satellites?
Oh,
Enemy of the State. Enemy of the State.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought you were going to a whole different place that me and Raj definitely thought you were talking about.
Gemini, man.
Oh, no. Not that.
That man went back for himself. Cutting, I definitely thought you were talking about that. That man said Enemy of the State with the cameras.
No, I'm saying like you just never know. The movies be real sometimes. Well, it should be real.
Los, I don't understand. Los, you don't understand how much I think that we both knew what you were talking about just now. Like you were definitely talking about Gemini Man, like 100% in my mind.
No.
Oh, you talking about Gemini Man? Yeah.
No way. I'm really not.
Carry on.
I'm not.
Well, Los, what are your thoughts on canceling the games? What do you think that does or can accomplish or whatever?
I mean, I just want to know the plan behind it. What's the plan going forward? I mean, y'all gonna what's the plan? Because you just not having the game, it doesn't make a racist man say, you know what? All right then, okay. Hey, I got it now. NBA is canceling my favorite players that I want to play because of this. All right, hey, honey, take the Confederate flags down. I'm done. You know what I mean? Like this, not how that works. You know what I mean? What's gonna bring about the real change? You know. We like I said, we've done all kind of stuff going on. Like, what's going to bring about the change? I don't know the step. I don't have the answer. I just want to. What's the plan for this? After you do that, now what?
And I guess by the time the podcast come out, we'll figure it out. I want to add another name to the list. It's a lot of names of people we talk about, and you know, sometimes we put unfairly pressure on athletes to be like the ones who go out there and do stuff. But these are two big points I want to talk about. One is that ever since basketball came back and we was talking about, the Pelicans and if they're going to make the playoffs and who going to win the whatever, we kind of, like, it say Black Lives Matter on the court, but it's just kind of cliche. My point is, it's just like, people kind of like, we not marching, we not worried about Alton Sterling, we go to work and now we get to watch some basketball at night and stuff just kind of normal. And, like, I think it does something when them boys like, nah, man, it can't be normal tonight. Y'all can't go to work tonight and then go watch TV and watch us hoop. No, fuck that. You need to think about what's happening in these streets because that's what all y'all been thinking about. And I think that from that standpoint, it does something. That's what I think.
I think it does something to people who are not racist. I don't think the people who.
Well, it gets us. It makes people like us more engaged again.
I agree with that. If we home back in on the real matter in life, I agree with that. Mm-hmm. I agree with that. But I'm talking about. But that still doesn't make the real change. Yeah, because there's still racist people out here policing us.
But the racist people watch basketball too, and they be like, "Oh yeah, let me watch this hooping." And then how do they feel tonight? Like, what do we think?
What do we say? You know what he say? Oh, the hell with them niggas.
I'm not watching basketball no more.
Nah, he gonna go watch NASCAR.
Stop. Well, the other thing I was gonna say with it is this. I got a new name in the hat for who might be one of the black leaders. In like, you know, we talk about black leaders all the time. Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, like whoever, like Martin Luther King, like whoever's the black leader at the time, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, right? Mm-hmm. Black leaders can also come from the sports world. LeBron is definitely one of them. Yeah. But if you're really in the know, I think Doc Rivers might be a black leader.
Hey, did you hear him talking?
Yes.
Did you hear him talking? Like, like when he was talking, I was like, ooh, like yeah.
He was Raj. He was saying some stuff you could feel with. He was like, my dad was a cop. I love good cops. Like, but we the ones getting murked.
Yeah.
And why we still love America when America don't love it? Like he was going in, and you know Doc Rivers already sound like he about to like rasp it at it.
Just poke a pack
either he a horse or he just
hardest cigarettes with no filter.
Yeah.
Yes.
He rolled his own cigarette.
All you hear is Donald Trump and all of them talking about fear. We're the ones getting killed. We're the ones getting shot. We're the ones that we're denied to live in certain communities. We've been hung, we've been shot, and all you do is keep hearing about fear. It's amazing why we keep loving this country, and this country does not love us back. And it's really so sad. Like, I should just be a coach. And it's so often reminded of my color. You know, it's just really sad. We got to do better. But we got to demand better. Like, we got, you know, it's funny. We protest, and they send riot guards, right? They send people in riot outfits. They go to Michigan with guns, and they're spitting on cops, and nothing happens. The training has to change in the police force. The unions have to be taken down in the police force. My dad was a cop. I believe in good cops. We're not trying to defund the police and take all their money away. We're trying to get them to protect us, just like they protect everybody else. I didn't want to talk about it before the game because it's so hard. Like, to just keep watching it. That video, if you watch that video, you don't need to be black to be outraged. You need to be American and outraged. And how dare the Republicans talk about fear? We're the ones that need to be scared. We're the ones having to talk to every black child. What white father has to give his son a talk about being careful if you get pulled over?
And but that struck a nerve, and a lot of people were saying that was the catalyst to start everybody saying, man, we don't need to play. That I keep backing it up like, no, it wasn't everybody, it was the Bucks. Now it was really the Celtics and the Raptors. But a lot of people saying that it was actually Doc Rivers saying that after the game, like,
I'm kind of playing this
nah, bro. Yeah, this ain't what's up.
And that's a big question too, because you think to yourself like, damn, you know, I love living here. Mm-hmm. You know, I love, you know, I'm working, I'm gainfully employed, I'm good. You know, my daughter here. You know what I mean? Like, people don't give a damn.
I know.
It put it in perspective, bro.
I want to have a positive thoughts about the place I live, and I don't know what an election gonna do. Like, this is, I mean, I know I'm just kind of speaking out of turn here, but I don't know what putting Joe Biden and Kamala Harris gonna do. I think they still gonna kill us. I think they still gonna shoot. They shot Alton Trayvon Martin and Mike Brown when Barack was the president. It ain't like they're not gonna kill us. I mean, they need to get in there and enact policies that allow us to. Because I can tell you one goddamn thing, Trump not. I can tell you that.
Oh, no.
Now I don't know if Joe Biden and Kamala Harris gonna get in there and change things to make things more equitable, but I know Trump not. And
well, it's the police union too. Now them boys strong, and they can control elections, especially on a local government level. Yeah. You know, so it's so much that has to be done, and you know, like simple stuff like, hey man, because like a police doesn't just all of a sudden be racist and scared of black folk. He's had encounters with another police officer. They've been there together, and even like, hey, man,
encounters with other black folks who wildin', but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, that too. But you're like, man, that's kind of messed up, bro. Like, hey, chill out with that. Oh, you know, if he don't, he just sit down and be like, man, hey, yesterday he did such as this black guy. You know, we had the same call. 15 minutes later, he just let the white man go. Like, they see it. So people see that.
This is kind of making me think. I got my fingers crossed. 28 years ago, some of the same things were happening. 1992, L.A.
Yeah.
Rodney King, riots, the whole shit. People was like law and order, whatever. The president was George Bush. He got voted out of office after one term, and Clinton came in. That was the last time there was a one-term president. And honestly, if you guys know this, I mean, I don't know if this is something my dad was talking about recently. There's only been one-term president in our lives. Like Ronald Reagan was the president 2 times. Then Bush was once. Clinton was twice. Bush was twice. Obama was twice. Like, we never had a one-term president except for George Bush. So hopefully this is coming full circle. Like, okay, it's time for another one term. Get that boy out of there. Like that would be my hope, but we have to wait and see, man. Like I said, man, hopefully we need to get out there and go protest. But I know somebody who was protesting in them streets. I saw the videos, and that was Moose Daniels in Lafayette of Urban Flowsaurus. Now's as good a time as any to check out the good folks at Urban Flowsaurus. The big homie Moose Daniels has been supplying a steady stream of independent, underground, and exclusive R&B, hip-hop, and beyond across your airwaves. Pretty much any day of the week, you can catch Mr. Hydrate or Intoxicate on Facebook Live under Urban Flowsaurus, spinning something extra soulful or jazzy that'll either take you back to a certain time in your life or make you wonder why you never heard that track before. Go to his Linktree at Linktree/Urban Flowsaurus to find the links for the radio shows, podcasts, and live performances from Moose Harris, and be sure to follow him at Moose_Harris on Instagram and Twitter. Man, listen, there's so many ways to consume music these days, and Urban Flowsaurus produces content in every which way imaginable. So check him out. Moose Harris of Urban Flowsaurus, a different voice with a show like you've never heard before.
Ooh, if you're looking for the biggest cat at the protest, just holler at that boy Moose. And he has the refreshments for you. Got the cold beer right here. Moose.
Hey, I bullshit you not. Mooshes in the Po is the name of his album. Moose Harris featuring Pomac. Say, bruh, the beats is silly. The album sounds very good. Good.
Yeah. Mix and match that thing nice. Shout out Moose. Go get that. What's the name of it? I forgot.
Mooshes in the Po.
I just listened to it when you had said, "Show me this."
Mooshes in the Po.
Surprised me. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, speaking of albums and songs, I definitely want to talk about this. I want to add somebody to the Don't Miss list. You know, we got the Don't Miss list, like Drake. Yeah. Don't Miss. He was the inaugural inductee into the Don't Miss list. You know. Yeah. And for the record, sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry. Yeah. Hey, man, that thing go hard too. That thing, baby. And what I really love is that he put on Lil Durk, and anybody that Drake put on, like Lil Durk been here for a long time. I couldn't tell you one Lil Durk song. Now I bet Lil Durk gonna be on everything. Like, yeah, I love it. Drake don't miss.
The gatekeeper, man. Hey, you want to get in?
Hey,
nah, I'm good.
For my money, I don't know if we've ever formally inducted him into the list. But Chris Brown needs to be formally inducted into the Don't Miss list.
Oh, I thought he was in there by default.
I don't know if we've ever said it. Raj, have you ever?
I don't think we never said it.
Raj, do you agree that Chris Brown should be in the Don't Miss list?
I wholeheartedly don't agree.
Oh! You think Chris Brown be missing?
Yes.
What song Chris Brown miss on?
Cause that Go Crazy is such a vibe.
Oh, no. No doubt.
And before that, fuck around, give you my last name. Come on, Chris Brown don't miss.
Oh, I'm not saying that Chris Brown don't have hits. Chris Brown's the greatest to me, like a GOAT.
Okay.
No doubt, but he misses. Chris Brown put out 2 albums that had 40 songs each, and I bet y'all don't know none of them.
I don't, but I know the hits, the singles that come out don't miss.
I was about to say
they not good. I'm telling you, listen, Chris Brown is missed.
That's a mixtape, man.
Chris Brown is missed.
That ain't a real thing. That's a mixtape.
He said Chris Brown has missed.
That man has missed, man. That man is a average free throw shooter.
Luka Doncic.
He's a really good basketball player.
He's Luka Doncic.
He's a subpar free throw shooter.
Oh, you stupid. You're stupid. He's
Chris Paul?
He's Shaq. No, he's Shaq. He missed free throws.
Oh, Shaq.
GOAT.
We'll
Yeah,
be dominating.
He's a GOAT. I remember thinking to myself, you know what I really like is one of my favorite things in life is thinking that it will never get any better. I will never see anyone on this level ever again in whatever craft it is.
Who was it,
And I
Usher
remember
or Michael Jackson?
As a kid, Michael Jackson, I'm just like, oh my God, Michael Jackson dance is so good. Wow, this will never happen again. And then Usher tried to come and do some pop locking, but it wasn't good enough. And then Omarion tried to do a little something, but it still wasn't good enough. And then Chris Brown came and it's like, all right, thank you. I didn't know this was gonna happen to me again.
Chris Brown don't miss. Shut up, Roger.
Man, Chris Brown misses, man.
Okay, so let's see if we can agree on this next point then. I got another point to go with that point. So right. that Go Crazy, that new song, obviously, I just said, a vibe. One of the best songs I've heard in a very long time. My favorite song currently out. Chris Brown featuring Young Thug. Can Young Thug can we give him the award for the most improved person in the history of music?
I don't think he had to improve. I think he was straight. We just had to understand.
Hold on. Can we stop? Can I
wait,
tell you where he began?
Let me explain.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
I think we had to understand it. I think he was always pretty good.
No, I disagree. I fucking disagree.
We just had to understand.
I did a lot of stuff here, and I started like, y'all didn't even know what he was saying. Y'all didn't even know.
I know exactly what he said. And you know what? Let me tell you this. When I remember being in the club in
had to listen
iconic
in Hudson.
In Hudson, stomping on I just met Los and stomping on sofas.
Yeah.
And the Young Thug.
You Googled it. You went to Word, like to damn, what's the thing to get the lyrics?
I didn't Google it. I knew the song word for word at that point. I knew the song.
No, both of y'all suck. Because look, now y'all didn't agree. Now Roger didn't agree with the Chris Brown thing. I don't agree that Young Thug used to be good.
Yeah, he was always. We just didn't understand him as good as we do now. But he was good.
Because he sounds articulate, and you understand what Young Thug is saying now.
You just have to listen different.
He had $1.5 million on a Visa card. I mean,
fuck them niggas.
It don't even take him much to get him hard.
Hold up, Raj. And I'm living life explain.
I'm living life like a Buchanan, and this is only the beginning.
What's a Buchanan, Raj?
I looked it up one time. Buchanan.
No, that's the football.
I think that was
player.
from the Jeffersons or something like that.
Okay, I'm just listening since y'all want to talk.
Genius is a mug. Genius.com.
That's what I thought you was going. That's the site I was looking for.
I mean, I don't know, but I didn't know what a Buchanan was. I wasn't on the Jeffersons like that, but he was.
Shit, something wrong with the
Something wrong with the pussy.
Hey, you know what? You know why? Al just mad. He know the words. He just playing. He trolling.
I knew that whole song.
He Tekashi 6ix9ine right now.
I hate y'all. I hate both of y'all. Rich Homie was so much better than Young Thug when they put out that Rich Gang.
Yeah, he had two good songs, and you see what he had now.
Yeah, I know. Rich Homie is the most unimproved, whatever the opposite is.
Rich Homie is Michael Beasley.
Rich.
Oh, he is.
Y'all can say that. Then y'all need to let me have that. Young Thug is Pascal Siakam. Please let me have it.
No, he better than Pascal. He Jimmy Butler.
I'll agree with that.
Jimmy Butler.
Because I don't think Pascal Siakam is that good, but he's very improved. I'll give you that.
He Jimmy Butler.
I'll give you that. I'll give
Jimmy
you that.
Butler.
He's not Jimmy Butler.
He ain't got no commercials or nothing. He just be rapping.
Well, Jimmy Butler was trash in college too, so yeah, Jimmy Butler worked. Both of those analogies work for me.
Jimmy Butler, man.
Jimmy Butler work hard. I don't think Young Thug work hard.
Yeah, he do.
He really Odell Beckham or Michael Sam. If y'all really let me leave. Let me leave Young Thug.
Odell fell
Jeffrey.
off.
Let me leave Jeffrey alone. He had Drake videos though, talking about sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry. Yeah. Thank you, baby. Baby.
Hey, Drew, can I
That
come
kind
You know what I will say about you could. So whenever I put that Chris Brown song on, I said to myself, where did I hear this song? Because all his songs sound the exact same way. Like it's all the same song.
So
I promise you.
debated.
I wish I
That's
could have
debated.
a montage of Chris Brown songs, and you'll be like, damn, it's the same song.
Well, it is the baby.
Every time.
Los is right about that. The baby has the exact same songs. But Chris Brown, if they all sound the same, then how can you say he misses, Raj?
He don't miss.
Because he put out an album that he tried to change his sound.
You just need to put a whole album out of the same song.
He missed. He wasn't missing for a while. And then them 40 daddies, that wasn't it. You know, Chris Brown, back in the mixtape days, like whenever like we was on that piff daily looking for who was putting out new mixtapes, Chris Brown had some rap albums that was fire. Yeah. So I, at one point in time, agreed. I thought Chris Brown didn't miss. But after them two, and I said, man, Chris Brown gave me 80 songs to listen to. And I got through one and a half of them.
They weren't listening to that.
Good.
Hey, you know what I'm disappointed too? I thought during the pandemic, they had not having shows. I thought boys would put out a whole lot. I was like, we about to get flooded with some music.
think that too. I did think
I was like, we finna get flooded. I think, but ain't nobody putting out shit. I'm just thinking, come on now.
I think we about to get flooded now. That's what I think.
They've been working on it?
Right now is we about to get flooded. Yeah, because I still think that social distancing was a thing and whatnot, and I don't think people was trying to be in the studio at the same time. And now things starting to. No, I mean, we ain't had no music. So where's your pudding?
Boy, lazy. They lazy.
So,
no, they're not lazy. They out there working on songs in the pen. Raj, Los, are you listening to Raj?
No,
Stop
I'm mad.
it.
I want some news.
It's coming. Stay tuned.
Cool.
No, it was back in the. No, but back in the day, this is like that era when people used to drop. You remember people used to drop like them triple disc and like 4 disc and stuff like that. Like
double disc.
I think Master P had the last dime. What other ones was like 3-4 disc? Zero might have had one that was like 4 disc.
I wasn't a big Zero fan. Zero was depressing to me, man. He always had a problem in life. He ain't got no money, and the hoes ain't fucking with him. That's all he talking about. I'm broke, running around here, and the hoes hate me. They use me. I ain't want to hear that shit.
No, somebody had a 4 disc album. It might have been Life After Death. Was it? Damn, I'm just remembering. But I remember that was the time with. No,
UGK put out a double-sided CD.
It wasn't.
I remember.
Stop it! You making that up?
A flip daddy. They called it the flip daddy.
You can flip it in your disc.
Yeah.
Your disc player.
Yeah.
Los, you just agreeing with him. That's not true. Did you remember a double-sided disc from UGK?
Yeah, it's called Flip Daddy.
Now cue up that music for nothing nice.
Really say if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Nothing nice to say, but Al don't nice.
Ain't nothing nice. Yeah.
All right, so for the last few weeks, man, a certain person has been coming up on the podcast. She's definitely in the running for top 10 of 2020, and that's Megan Thee Stallion. A couple weeks ago, we discussed the moist, almost damp WAP that she claims to be sitting on. And shortly thereafter, we were forced to muse about her new role as the Cardi B of getting shot in the foot while partying at 4 a.m. in LA. I don't make the rules. I just report them. Either way. The story at the end of last week centered around her handling of said shooting and whether we should believe her account of the events. Megan took to her social media to make a few things clear. 1, WAP was a smash success of a song, and she wanted to get out and celebrate, even though, coronavirus. Side note, if she would have been quarantined in the first place, maybe she wouldn't have got her plantar fasciitis blown away by her still undetermined assailant. But I digress. 2, she wanted us to know that she's from the H, Houston, the South Side to be exact. The South Side still holding down, man. I'm about to come down, all that, yeah. And when you're from the South Side of Houston, you don't snitch. Side note, her wiki says she lived in South Park as a kid, but she was born in Bexar County, Texas. And when she started high school, she moved to Pearland. So it's up to you whether where she's from, but they got holes in that hood narrative when you graduate from Pearland High and not Worthing, but damn, I guess I digress again. 3, she wanted us to know that she ain't no snitch. But she might have told you that Tory Lanez is the one who shot her. And wanted to show her bullet wounds. The whole thing was a lot to take in. I only got a couple of big thoughts about it, so I'll throw those out there. Tory Lanez got a hot song with Kalani. Cancel that nigga if y'all want to, but that's still my jam. But also, very sincerely, I'm all about canceling somebody at new stuff after they fuck up. But let me enjoy that track. It was made before he got active with that too. The other big thought I have, I borrowed this one from Rumble. This podcast is brought to you by Rumble per usual. You can't say you're gangster and you don't snitch, then snitch. The reason she did it was easy to understand. It's the internet. Too many people go online to look for validation and affirmation from other folks. That's not what social media is for, bruh. Especially if you want to be famous. If you want to be famous, be prepared for people to talk down. Be prepared for people to hate. Be prepared for people to judge you. And be prepared to have your feelings hurt by the comment section. If you can't deal with that, then this ain't the game to be in. Or better yet, say your feelings got hurt. But don't say you follow the street rules, then flip-flop when a 14-year-olds get on their cell phone and say mean things on your wall. Because I ain't got nothing nice to say about having 1 foot in the streets and 1 foot out. Or better yet, 1 foot in your feelings and 1 with a hole in it. So I won't say nothing at all.
You're an asshole. You're a dickhead, man. All I know is this.
What I do, Los?
He shot that girl in the foot, he a hoe, man.
No, I don't disagree. Tory Lanez a hoe out you.
Point blank, period, dog. Now, I do agree with that. I ain't no snitching while you snitching shit, though. That's confusing. But I think that's some new people shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's some young folks stuff. Like, you know, we 80s babies. So, certain things to us, you can't say I ain't no snitch and then snitch.
Yeah.
Come, I think if you're going to tell, go ahead and tell. Because I'm fine with it. Like,
right?
In that situation,
right?
If you want to tell on him, go ahead and tell.
Yeah, I don't think, you know, I think they got a difference between, you know, we I think we understand what snitching, and if somebody's shooting me, I'm probably hoping that the police get them, to be honest. So I'm not really with it. What I don't understand about the whole situation is why you gotta go live to do that. Like, why call? Like, if you want to be boastful and like start talking about that man shot me and this and that, like, why not call that man? Mm-hmm. Like, call him. Why you went live for that?
Call him and tell him what?
It was just unnecessary.
Because like Rumble said her feelings was hurt, man. She was seeing all them comments and she was like, I gotta address this. But if like you're supposed to know as a famous person that you don't like, it's not important to address that. Like, yeah, you think LeBron go talk? I mean, Kevin Durant is that type of person who go like get a burner, a Finster to go talk about everybody who talk about him. But if you really like up there, you're not supposed to worry about that, dog.
Yeah, that point. Everybody not built that way though. I learned that.
You're right.
Life.
You're right.
Everybody not built that way.
Her feelings was hurt.
Just because you into like she said, you going telling your blogs that I hit you, I was doing this line. You know, I think it was a bunch of stuff that she saw that she or heard or whatever that she know was coming from his camp, and she was like, you know what, hell nah, I was being cool until now. You know what I mean?
Now I'm about to go tell on you.
What you expect a woman to do?
I expected her to do the right thing at first. Tell on him then. Just telling people.
Tell on him when her foot was gushing blood.
Yeah,
that's what she said. Like, hey, that man shot me. Like I wouldn't have called her a snitch. I wouldn't call her a snitch.
No,
I would have just been like, yeah,
that's not snitching.
Okay,
like, her little narrative of, man, we black people, man, they got a gun in the car, they gonna shoot us. I get that kind of ties into what's going on in the climate. But I don't necessarily think they shooting Megan Thee Stallion, shooting black women. I don't know, man. Maybe.
Hey, that play was creative. I ain't gonna lie. That was a creative little play. When she played,
but that's not why you didn't tell. You didn't tell because you were sitting there thinking in your head, man, I'm a rapper and this is against the code. I'm not supposed to tell the police. But she's not built like that. And then after a little while, she realized I'm not built like that. I gotta tell. Like,
no, I think essentially if she would have told at first, if she would have said something at first, like, man, Tory Lanez shot me, like if the news article was Tory Lanez arrested for shooting Megan Thee Stallion, then we would have felt bad for Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
Like I would have had no remorse.
None.
I still don't have much remorse for Tory Lanez. But like I would have had no snitching, none of that feeling. I'd be like, damn, Tory Lanez is 100% canceled. She should have canceled that man.
Right. I mean, but I get what she was saying about some of that.
What type of maniac nigga shoot somebody though? Shoot a woman? That nigga's a clown.
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah, that shit ain't cool, dog. No way, no which way you put it, that ain't cool.
Yeah, at all. But I mean, I get what she was saying. But I mean, my thing is, if you're gonna hold it, go ahead and hold it. You know what I'm saying? But then too, you gotta realize too, you don't know what headspace is and all of that. So if she came out with it, we gotta respect her. She's still black. We gotta hold her down.
Yeah. I'm just, hey man, this family, man. If you listen to Best Friend Weekend, you're family. So you're in a family conversation right now.
Yeah.
I just felt like she was talking like she was gonna hold it. Then she backdoored and was like, it's time to tell it because I don't like her. Whatever, but if you
how the narrative being played, like they putting her out there, like yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'm just happy it was Megan Thee Stallion he shot in the feet and not Chris Brown because listen, I never thought I was gonna see somebody like Michael Jackson dancing again, and if he would have shot Chris Brown in the feet,
a dummy. Hey, can you imagine if he shot Kylie Jenner? He'd probably be hanging right now.
Shit, he would have been a convict, couldn't? They would have expounded that nigga into the damn penitentiary ASAP, dog. Straight up like that. Hey man, real quick, man. Y'all watch the Rough Riders documentaries? Cause like last week we was talking about it, and I was like, wow, Rough Riders, like they was playing DMX all kind of ways. It was a family business more like than just like Master P them. In that Swiss Beats, that was his people, and they just like that. Just didn't. It seemed like there was some faulty individuals. I didn't know that. I didn't know the whole backstory.
I think they were just greeted. Like everybody's like, okay, we got one. We got one. Let's go. And then they knew that man was.
He got a drug problem. Well, let him stay in jail. Fuck yeah, we just gonna keep getting money off his music.
Yeah, you can't count money and smoke crack. That's hard to do because you need two hands. One for the lighter, one for the pipe.
One for the lighter, one for the pipe, one for the spoon. One for the syringe.
So you need two, and you got to hold your teeth got to hold
in your mouth, tight. In the mouth, the rubber daddy, the belt.
So, we'll count your money for your ex. We just make sure you stay high. We'll keep you with drugs, give you a nice little house, give your wife, get some cars, little stuff that ain't, the money they was making back then, cars and stuff wasn't shit. You know what I mean?
All I'm saying is the No Limit shit felt like a feel-good story, like of a black successful organization. This Rough Rider shit looked like somebody, like, and listen, they talked about like Eve album and 3 DMX albums, 4 albums total I heard on the first 3 episodes. Man, you know how many albums Master P them dropped in that time?
275.
Oh my God.
In 2 days. Hey, but did y'all see?
I just be wondering, like, when these little stories come out, like, how the people that's like involved in the story, like maybe not so on the good side, but like on the bad side, like watching this and like just looking at, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all said, I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. But like you say, Swiss Beats was playing DMX. Did I hear you say that?
No, Swiss Beats. No,
he was on the. They was hating on Swiss Beats.
Well, what it was the 2 dudes like who got no talent for nothing. They was in and out of jail. Was like, oh, I want to get in this music stuff. Somebody was like, well, we know this cat who could rap. His name DMX. And then they got him with him and basically was kind of giving him money, keeping him around and like signed him to a deal. Strong-arm somebody else to get him out of another deal. And then he was with them, named Rough Riders after like basically him and his movement and kind of cultivated the whole idea of Rough Riders as a thing, right? But it was all basically on DMX talent and his albums. But it was like niggas like Irv Gotti was like the producer. But the dudes who was like over the label, they didn't really have no talent on doing nothing. Swiss Beats was their nephew. And they was like, hey, come learn how to make beats. And that man just kind of like from scratch learned how to make beats. But he got paid because that was their nephew. You know what I mean? And DMX, they like, man, we ain't never told you could be part owner of no Rough Riders. Like that kind of thing. And DMX is very
I wonder how the boys that was involved in it on the other side of it was just like how they feel watching that. Watching that go down.
And they did the documentary. Like I don't know how they would feel watching it. Like, do they feel justified or do they feel like embarrassed? I know that's a very good point, Raj. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know how them boys. I mean, it's an interesting thing, but just kind of in comparison to the No Limit documentary we saw before, which was like, I was sitting down kind of planning in my head. DMX sold a lot of records. Yeah. And like, It's Dark and Hell is Hot and Flesh of My Flesh and then There Was X was 3 of the top 50 selling rap albums of all time. But so was Ghetto Dope and so was The Last Dime. So, like, if we saying Master P or DMX, if we saying Rough Riders or No Limit, right? So if we look at Master P versus DMX, no you could say that DMX was a bigger thing, right? Than Master P. You could say that. But you can't argue down the line. Like, Eve might have been bigger than Mia X, even though I think Mia X was more of a, we partial to Mia X. But then once you start saying Mystical, Snoop Dogg, like C Murder,
Mac.
fucking Mac, everybody, Silk versus what? Dragon? The Locks? Yeah. Come on, man, stop it, dog.
I'm good.
Like, No Limit was such a bigger thing than Rough Riders. And when we did our live on YouTube, people was commenting like No Limit was trash. No Limit messed up the game. I'm like, nah.
I don't know.
No Limit created the game,
right? Like, don't come for No Limit because you don't like how Silk rap. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
East Coast guy.
Exactly.
But did y'all see? Yeah, probably. I watch World Star every day. Soulja Slim's sister had some shit to talk about with Master P. She had a whole bunch of. Not a whole bunch of positive things to say about Master P.
I'm not listening to Soulja Slim's sister, bro.
I mean, you should. It's funny. And it took 8 minutes to roll the backwood.
That's stupid. Because she had 8 minutes of shit to talk about. Hey, man, listen, we about to get out of here because the weather getting bad, man. Listen, we right next to Hurricane Laura, man. Coming bearing down on us right now. So we're getting this recording in right before we're going to try to get this to you on Friday. Hopefully we got power and everything. If it comes out a little late, blame it on circumstances and not our hearts. Man, Raj, man, did y'all used to evacuate for hurricanes or you used to stay put?
So we used to stay put, but once I got to be an adult, I evacuated myself.
Yeah. Exactly how
I don't want to be nowhere around that.
He just wanted to go to plane, get a hotel.
I just didn't want to get me personally. I just didn't want to get no power for days.
That's the thing, and it wasn't about the no power. It wasn't about I couldn't watch TV, and the internet I didn't really care. Or cell phones, none of that really existed. What I was more so concerned about is I don't like to not have air conditioning.
Well, that's no power, right?
So, that's the biggest thing about
no, they got a new
power.
thing. You can not have power and still have AC. It's new.
Well, I don't have that. I don't have
technology, dog. I don't have that.
My bank account ain't built that way.
It's called a fan.
How the fan run? What you got to
with your hands, your hand and your wrist.
What you can tell those from Arkansas.
Yeah.
You can tell him from Arkansas. Don't know nothing about no hurricanes, man.
That shit ain't got no hurricane. Ain't got no hurricanes out
there. Yeah, tornadoes.
There you go. That don't even sound like you're from Louisiana, huh? The cupboard. Boys, get under the sink.
I ain't had no cupboard, boy. Them snacks stayed in your room. Ain't no cupboard or no kitchen.
Well, I tell you what. Yeah, y'all are north. No, they very much are very north. Like Shreveport, that's like the same level as Dallas. Like we used to go up to Dallas every now and again.
We would go.
Yeah. To get away from.
We would go, like to get away from the storm. If it was gonna be that big of a storm, like Hurricane Andrew, yes, we left.
We stayed in the crib for Hurricane Andrew, like some clowns.
What you did?
At my mama's house.
Ooh.
No power for 2 weeks.
After Andrew, when we got back home, we swam in the house. Like went in the house and we had to swim to clean up.
Fake news. Fake news. Did they have sharks in the house?
Alligators.
But we're spearfishing
and piranhas.
He caught an alligator gull in his bedroom
and a snapper.
There it is. So yeah, we went to take everything out, put everything in the garage, man. Los, I know you said you did this.
Wet ass property.
Hey man, look. So hopefully everybody able to be safe out there, man, and hopefully your property didn't get damaged a whole bunch, man. Yeah. And you know that you keep Black Lives Matter at the forefront and the idea behind it, not necessarily the words all of the time, and not necessarily the bullshit you hear, but like the actual sentiment of Black Lives Mattering. I think everybody needs to think about that, and whatever that means to you. I mean, it don't necessarily have to mean we need to start firing back. It don't need. It's just you need to care and do what you can do to try to be anti-racist, bro. Try to be like not on the wrong side of shit, because there is a wrong side.
Or your friend getting a racist slap the shit out their ass.
Right? No, I mean, it is. There's a wrong side right now. People be talking like it ain't. It's a wrong side.
Oh yeah.
The wrong side is not caring about what's happening to Black people in America. That's.
And if they don't care, slap the shit out of them.
And if either they don't know, don't show, or just don't care about what's happening to Black people, bro. But you be a positive agent of change, and that's all I can ask for y'all to do.
Big fact.
And until next time, man, y'all have a great weekend.
Bow. Bow.
Make it a best friend weekend.
Bow. Bow.
And we out.
Boom, 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 boom.